to another book talk with Livingston Parish Library. My name is Danielle, the branch manager of the Watson branch, and today I'm super excited to bring to you YA science fiction books that are coming out this summer. So this is for my Star Wars fans, or all of you that are going to catch the new book to movie adaptation Dune coming out soon. So our first YA science fiction book today deals with the afterlife and some artificial intelligence that has been on destroying the world. So this is called The Infinity Quartz by Akemi Dawn Bowman. Our main character, Nami Miyamoto, is sure that her life is just beginning. She has a great family, she just graduated high school, she is on her way to a party with her graduating class, they're all waiting on her, and most importantly, the boy that she's sure she has been in love with since forever. And there's only one problem. She's murdered before she can get there. It seems afterlife looks a little bit different than what she assumed. So she wakes up and she learns that she's in a place called Infinity, and it's where human consciousness goes when the physical body dies. And she quickly discovers that Ophelia, which is a virtual assistant widely used by humans on Earth, think Siri, has basically taken over Infinity and is now posing as like a queen, and she is forcing humans into servitude. Even worse than Ophelia, Siri, taking over human consciousness and the afterlife, she is inching closer to accomplishing her grand plans, which is basically eradicating human existence once and for all. Which, let's be honest, is the plot of every AI movie ever. What self-respecting AI queen wouldn't want to eradicate humans for all time? So Nami works with a group of rebels to bring down Ophelia and save humans under her imprisonment. And she is forced to reckon with her past, her future, and what it really means to be human. So Infinity Quartz is the first book in the new series Infinity Quartz, and it is sure to be a very unique, interesting spin on the science fiction genre. So this next YA science fiction book is actually a graphic novel, and it centers around a group of young women who were recruited for an elite secret organization that centers around STEM. So this is called the Curie Society by Heather Einhorn. So there is an elite secret society that is dedicated to supporting brilliant women in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. The society is called the Curie Society, which was founded by Marie Curie, who is like the mother of science and the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Women in the Curie Society use their brilliance and their gadgets and all of their knowledge and all of their gumption in order to protect the world from rogue scientists or, the bad guys that usually have some type of nefarious plans. So our new recruits, Simone, Maya, and Taj, who all dabble in some type of STEM-related subject, and who are brilliant, are basically new recruits to the Marie Curie Society. And they basically have to decipher secret codes, they have to clone extinct animals, they have to develop autonomous robots, and go on very high-stake missions in order to save the world. This next book is about no ordinary apocalypse. This is called You and Me at the End of the World by Brianna Bourne. When Hannah Ashton wakes up, the world is silence. Outside in the city around her, there is no one. It's completely empty except for one boy, Leo Sterling. But he is entirely too charming, too selfish, and too devastating to be the last boy on Earth. Stuck with only each other, they set out to explore the world with no school, no friends, no parents, and they soon realize that they can basically be themselves, finally, and not have to be what everyone expects them. Hannah doesn't have to be just the overachieving ballerina, and Leo is more than just the slacker guitarist who is obsessed with 80s glam metal. Together, they go on the search for answers amid crushing isolation of being the only two people around. But while their empty world may seem harmless, it actually isn't, and there are things that is not quite what it seems, and Hannah and Leo will need to figure out what's going on before they are torn apart forever. This next book is very much a post-apocalyptic western. It definitely has Mad Max vibes. It is called Dustbourn by Aaron Bowman. Our main character, Delta of Dead River, has always been told to hide her back, because on her back she is branded with a map that is supposedly rumored to be the location of a paradise called the Verdant. Delta lives in a wasteland that is ravaged by solar flares and dust storms and geomagnetic storms, and many people would kill to have a map to a rumored paradise, even if they can't read it. When raiders are sent by a man known as the General to attack her town, she assumes it's because of the map. She sets out to rescue her family, and she quickly learns that in the wastes, no one can be trusted. When she meets up with a friend from her childhood who has been missing for over a decade, she thinks that he probably can't be trusted either, but she will need to team up with him in order to decode the map and trade evidence of the Verdant to the General in order to save her family. But what she doesn't count on is what awaits in the Verdant, a long-forgotten secret that will shake the foundation of her entire wasted world. That's it for the YA science fiction books for today, and I want to talk about an adult novel that I am really excited about. Honestly, a lot of people are really excited about it. See, it comes from the author who actually wrote the hugely popular thriller The Silent Patient a few years ago, and this book was everywhere on so many bestseller lists. People were like freaking out over it, and this is his new book called The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Edward Fosca is a murderer, or at least our main character, Mariana, is certain of it. But Fosca is basically untouchable. See, he is a handsome and charismatic Greek tragedies professor at Cambridge University. He is beloved and adored by staff and students alike, particularly the super secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Mariana is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one of their members, who is a friend of Mariana's niece Zoe, gets murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once a student at Cambridge, comes back and she quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the campus and beneath all of the ancient traditions, there's something sinister going on. She becomes convinced that Fosca is behind the murder, and he keeps returning to the rites of Persephone, the maiden, and the journey to the underworld, and she's convinced that something is happening. So when another body is found, Mariana's obsession kind of spirals out of control and threatens to destroy her credibility and her profession and her closest relationships. But Mariana is determined to stop the killer no matter what it costs. I love all things academic, especially like dark academic, and I'm obsessed with mythology. I'm a huge like Greek classics buff. So this book is right up my alley, along with that like psychological thriller thing happening. I am here for it. Alright, so those are the books that I have for you today. All things YA science fiction, and then a fun thriller for adults thrown in there. If you like these videos, keep watching because we will have more of them throughout the fall and continuing on. And you can go back and look all of the ones that we had this summer. And until next time, happy reading.